Good morning and welcome to Legally Speaking with attorney Antoinette Osbourne. This program is for information purposes only. If you need legal advice, you can contact me, Antoinette Osbourne, at 718-502-9137. That's 718-502-9137. The office focuses on divorce, immigration, bankruptcy, real estate, and estate matters. The office has a second office in Jamaica, West Indies, that focuses on legal representation if you are seeking to buy or sell property, or if you are looking to wrap up an estate. This morning, I wanted to focus on just a reminder that immigration fees will be increasing tomorrow, April 1st. Yeah. So the forms, if it is that your applications are arriving April 1st, you have to have the new forms, and the new forms are coming out tomorrow. The fees have increased tomorrow. So if your application for some reason did not arrive by April 1st, then unfortunately it's going to be rejected because you did not provide the new fees. I do have a prior broadcast that I did where I did a roll call of all the fee increases. So if you are not familiar with them, you can check the USCIS website or you can watch that prior video. All right, so this morning I think one of the things that immigration has done with the green card processing, and I think it is so helpful for people, is with the social security, right? So with the social security, back in the day, anyone who, and I can't even recall when it started, but the convenience is you no longer have to go, when you're applying for your green card, into Social Security office and fill out the application, carry their necessary qualifying documentation, which is required. You automatically, once you check on the form that you'd like a Social Security number issued, that Social Security comes in the mail. So what you'll find is your work permit will come first, and then a week or two after, your Social Security comes. So if it is that your Social Security number, you did not receive it within like 2 weeks, I would reach out to Social Security Administration, and you can go to the nearest Social Security office. To be honest, I'm not sure if since COVID the rules have changed, but the lines are still, when I go to my office in Queens, I'm closer to the one by Jamaica Avenue. And I think like for Queens, that's like the head location. And I'll tell you one thing, whether it's because of Social Security hearings or people having issues with their Social Security numbers, that line is always long. But I'm not sure if since COVID you have to make an appointment or you can go in. A lot of government organizations have changed the way that they have operated since COVID. Good morning, Madge, my darling. Happy Easter to you as well. Yeah, so a lot of organizations have changed how they are operating since COVID. But with the new N400 application that is coming out April 1st, they have widened your ability to request a replacement card from Social Security. So some people would, once they got their citizenship, if they change their names, they would go back in with the certificate of citizenship, and they would also just either to update their name or because they have a name change order. Anyone who requests a change of name, because you can get a change of name whether, let's say, you're from out of the country like me, for example, Jamaica deals with a deed poll. Here, if you are here, you can go to the court, you can do a name change order. It is going to, of course, cost fees, and it takes time. And let me tell you something, any simple error, the clerk will be bouncing that application, and it's a back and forth thing. Whilst when you're doing your citizenship, if you desire a change in name, then what will happen is on your actual citizenship application, you state that you want to go by a different name, right? So when you are in that interview, you actually get an order from the Department of Homeland Security, and that now serves as your order, where if you need to show that you have changed your name, you show that certificate from, or the order from, the Department of Homeland Security. This actually saves you an expense versus if you had to go to court and you're seeking to change your name. For those of you who are getting a name change because of your divorce proceedings, yeah, because if your divorce judgment does not state that you can resume your maiden name, you actually have no formal court order or no formal legal documentation that states that you can change your name. So for those of you who are interested, not everybody wants to change their name. And I find this in most of my divorce cases, the men want you to go back to your maiden name. And I had to sit one of my clients down because he's like, Antoinette, my name carry a lot of prestige in Jamaica, and this is why she wants to, in fact, continue to use my name, and I don't want her to use the name. And I had to sit him down and said, it is her option, it's her choice. If she decides that she does not want to go back to her maiden name, she doesn't have to. And I'll tell you why. People will be reluctant when all their IDs are in a certain name, and now they are forced to resume the other name. So some people will never change their name, and they want to keep their husband's name, right? So you'll see them holding on to it. But your divorce proceedings, it allows you to revert to your maiden name. And I'll never forget, I had one officer who had an issue, and you could see she was suspecting fraud because my client kept her prior husband's name. She did not take her current husband's name. And one of the reasons for this is she had all her degrees, all her certificates, and she wasn't going to change her name. And people think that it makes your marriage more believable if it is that you go ahead and you take your husband's name. That has nothing to do with it, because you go in, you don't have the documents, your testimony is such that it is clear something is not right here. Guess what happens? Nobody cares that you've taken your husband's name. If it is that you're not able to prove a bona fide marriage, then guess what? You're going to fail, regardless that you took your spouse's name. So you cannot look at immigration in a vacuum where you are thinking that if you take the person's name, then yeah, my marriage is legitimate. No. Your documents, I'll tell anybody this, your documents and in fact your testimony is what will sway an officer. So if you are just joining us, morning Suzette, morning Michelle, if it is that you are just tuning in, welcome, good morning. I was not here last week, and I saw my mother calling this morning. I didn't even take up the phone because I know she's calling to say, make sure I am on time. But I am on time this morning, honey. I'm here. All right. So for those of you with your Social Security applications, if it is that you don't the hustle with Social Security and you are filing for your citizenship, the forms are changing as of April 1st. So that's tomorrow. You can request your replacement Social Security cards, your new Social Security cards in your citizenship application. So, I mean, times are changing. Gone are the days where you're going to different government agencies. They are so interrelated right now. It's like, when they say one brother doesn't know what the other one is doing with all these government agencies now, and with the sharing of information, God forbid, worse with AI, our information is at the tip of various government agencies. So nothing is secret anymore. We're in an age where information is shared so easily. Yeah. And I can tell you this, and I know from, I have a number that I do not release except for my close friends and family. And I'll tell you, I really don't get spam on that number, or however, the other number, no sir. It's crazy, but it is just surprising how people's lives are easily shared. I don't even know what a protective order can do anymore, because your entire life is on the internet. You can see who your relatives are or who people's relatives are. It's just amazing. If you like search for someone, the information that comes up, not in the private no more. Yeah. So just as I think it is, it's a community service announcement right now. When you're doing your citizenship application, if you've lost your Social Security card, you do not have to worry about going into Social Security Administration. In addition to which, your Social Security, because some people will take certain benefits, or they're eligible for certain benefits that only citizens get. With the cross-referencing, it seems right now that USCIS, they have placed the whole request for Social Security number, request for a replacement card. This is now on your citizenship application. I know that it is always a nightmare to get a different Social Security number, and people who have been like victims of identity theft, it is near impossible to get a new Social Security number. But you want a replacement Social Security number. The announcement was such that it says issuing a new Social Security number. I am in fact shocked, because I know that it is very hard if you have been, because I'll tell you this, the worst thief that you are encountering now is the thief behind the computer. You cannot, absolutely, you cannot track these people, right? They are home, they're probably at their jobs, but I'll tell you, their greater job is stealing from you. So bear with me one sec, because I'm visually challenged. So let me just get up the screen so I can actually see your comments. So let me see here. All right. Good morning, Brian. And Brian says, Happy Resurrection Sunday to all. Remembering the sacrifice and celebrating the resurrection. Absolutely. Hi, Amarildo. Happy Easter. And Amarilda is reminding you to like and share, and hopefully you are all subscribed. All right, so big things are going on, yeah? Big things going on with USCIS and their collaboration with Social Security so that you are able to request a replacement card. That's fantastic. Yeah, you don't have to take off time from work going in, and anyone who you have changed from your status. Back in the day, I used to urge my clients go to Social Security because some people may have come on a work program or they came on visitors or H-2B or whatever visa they came on, right? And they got a Social Security number. And this is where I ask my clients when they have a Social Security number. Yeah, I want to know where you get that from, especially if you did not come on a work visa. How you get this Social Security card? I want to know, because if it is that you're making this at your house, yeah, you're definitely going to have an issue, right? So what can I tell you? Technology is such that it is making our lives easier. Yeah. And I think it is beneficial. Remember those days you have to go into the line, you have to wait forever. And then nothing like when you meet a rep that is no Sophia amount of the pampas. Yeah. I'll tell you this. I remember one day, this is not Social Security, this is just a court, right? When I used to run and have to be filing from different court to court. But there's nothing like Brooklyn and Bronx. Yeah, man. Brooklyn and Bronx make with a special kind of a seasoning. Yeah, a seasoning, may I call it. A special kind of seasoning or attitude. No, sir. I remember distinctly, I was in Brooklyn Supreme, right? And this lady, she was in a home, and for some reason, I don't know if she inherited the house or she had bought it, but she was at court and they're about to, I think they had foreclosed and she wanted to do a motion, right? So she could vacate the judgment. Now, the cost for a motion is $45. Let me just look so lean. What's up? You look lean? I'm sure if it lean by the time I come off of this, my mother gonna call me and tell me say I'm dress lean. Anyway, don't look on the dress. So we at the clerk office, right? And it was me, her, and this guy that was with her, and the clerk, right? So she said how she needs to file the motion. And first of all, you don't have the filing fee. Humble yourself. She needs to file a motion. So the lady tell her, look, you have to go downstairs, yeah, and you have to pay the $45. Me say, ooh, tell the lady to tell her that. She said, well, I don't have it. The lady said, well, there's nothing I can do for you. But me no know. Must be my island mentality a step right in, right? Because the way the man stand up with her, you know, say him are the owner. Yeah? That's what me call it. Yeah, the owner. And she needs $45. Yeah? Right? To try to protect her home. Cause when me don't look upon him, me don't know say my catch with her. Me know. Are you telling me You stand up there, and this woman need $45. Just that you know. That's the cost to file a motion. You're telling me say she need $45 to file her motion, and sir, you can't even go look at go get the woman. Yeah, and the woman have one piece of attitude. So you know, so she bring it. I saw the clerk I give it to her. So when she and the man walk out now, right? Me and the clerk, me I say, yo, this man right beside her. And you tell me say she need $45. And him can't even help her. Not even a little 20, sir. So she can go look for find the extra 25. Look here. Mine owner pick up people and bring crosses in a. Yeah, me grow up see my parents work together. I saw me know it. Yeah? The burden is not just on one person. I share them a share. A six picnic at the house and my father had other outside kids. But whatever. You have to go look it. No, sir, me can't. All right. Now, people with court dates. If you have a child support case, make a court date. I don't think you understand the seriousness of missing court dates. When you miss your court date, yeah, a judgment can be entered against you. And if the support magistrate, because anybody who has ever gotten a summons, yeah, and a petition to come to court for child support, you are very much aware that you are required to fill out what is called an income and expense sheet, and you have to bring like 2 pay stubs and your last 2-year tax returns. Yeah, minimum documents, right? Why is it this crisis man decides say he's not going to court, so he's missing his court date, and he comes back to court because now guess what? I'm get a judgment. So there's a child support order that is made, and one of the dangers is if the magistrate does not have your financials, right? And the petitioner is not aware as to how much you make. The order is based off the child's needs. And that's the most dangerous thing that can happen. It goes something like this. They ask the petitioner, how much you pay for rent? Okay, so that's 2 of you in the house. So that rent gets split. Half of that is attributed to the child. So let's say it's 1,800, that's a 900 already. How much you pay for utilities? Okay, another 400. So that's 200. That's a child share, right? So 9 and 2, $1,100. $1,100 that for child support so far. Yeah. Whilst, and getting to further expenses. Whilst, guess what? If you probably did come with your little W-2s and your tax returns, you probably could have get a child support order for like 500, 600 a month. Yeah, don't be cute. Don't miss your court dates. And I cannot emphasize anyone who has an immigration court appearance, you were present. And this is the same thing for child support court. You were present at the last court hearing, yeah? And you're telling the court where you can't show a reasonable excuse, because to open up any default order or judgment, yeah, you have to have 2 things. You have to have a reasonable excuse. Why is it that you were not at court? And you have to have a meritorious defense. Yeah? Immigration, you have to have some form of relief, right? So don't be boo-boo the clown. And you forgetting a court date, that's not gonna disturb the child support order. And the dates are important, yeah, when you're in court. And I'll never forget this client I had. And that was when I used to do foreclosures, right? And I don't do it anymore because the main purpose really is to try and get a modification. And what was very tedious for me was the fact that you send the documents and the bank said they never get it. You could have showed them this is my overnight receipt. It said it was delivered. No, may not get it. So after a while, that just became unnerving and I just stopped it. Yeah. Anyway, I had this client. I'll never forget her. Right? And these are the things I look out for now. Just from her, I learned certain things that I have to look out for, so I'm not gonna take a case. And we were there, we were sitting with the referee, and she came to court like, I think it was like an hour and a half late. And she told the referee that I did not remind her of the court date, which was such a blatant lie, right? And I said, what? And I said, that's not true. The office called you. No, I didn't remind her. And this is what the referee said, and this is what judges are saying where you were actually present at the last court appearance. Whether or not Miss Osbourne reminded you is of no importance because you were here when I told you the court date. You were sitting right across from me, and I remember you. Hallelujah! Yeah. And it was so, yeah, man, him light her up, man. And that was it. So when attorneys are seeking to remove themselves from your case, we generally file, if you will not sign that consent to change attorney, we file an order to show cause to withdraw. And I'll never forget, I filed a motion and the judge that was on the case said he's not going to take me off. And the reason I believe he was holding that stance was because then that was in our height back in the day where there were a lot of foreclosures and people were they didn't have the representation, so they're just like losing their house like crazy. And I thought, what? What do you mean you're not taking me off this case? No, someone would leave. So I'm sending us back with the court attorney. And the court attorney, in trying to resolve the matter, realized how the woman lied. So him realized, say, no. We have to let her off the case because this a girl is dangerous. Yeah, man, and him just go back to the judge. And then the case get recalled and off I went. Yeah, crazy. So these are the little things that I personally watch for in my practice. Yeah, man, craziness. Yeah. All right. So you miss your court date. Make sure you have a reasonable excuse. I'll tell you what's like a very good excuse. Medical hardship is just like such a good excuse for people. All right. I'm ready to talk to you about Brooklyn. Me say, hey, yeah. Now I tell you. All right. So Pauline says, good morning, Miss Osbourne and the legal speaking family. Morning, Pauline. Yeah, man. Some people out there, It not easy. And I'll tell you this. When I'm dealing with self-employed people, I don't play with you. Not in child support court, not if my client is seeking maintenance. And I'll never forget my client from Haiti. His wife, yeah? Him say, Antoinette, she have money. Me say, what? Girl, I seek maintenance, you know? He says, Antoinette, let me tell you something. This girl drives a Porsche, yeah? And she come into court with some stupid pay stubs. So I go to the woman and I say, look, you know, he really can't afford to maintain you. The income is not there. And she said, I want my money out. I said, let me tell you something. I said, get ready. When you're dealing with me, get ready. Because you lying on your income. And what you have to understand, you go to court and you're found lying on your income. The judge is required as an officer of the law to report you to the IRS. I said, I'm going to subpoena all your records. She's my adversary. She's not my friend. Yeah, hurrah. When she hear that, she don't want to maintenance no more. Yeah, girl, you drive a Porsche. Anybody who drive a Porsche, them, if that Porsche break down to fix that, it's not just your ability to buy the car as well. If you look for maintain them luxury car, it's not cheap. Yeah, man. She said, look, I have one bill. And I beg him a little, how much did I say she did want? $3,000. And he never did have it, but him need to get him divorced. Cause you know the man them stay. Like nobody not missing. The man don't have him woman where him want go down go marry. I'm saying I really not think if I get this girl nothing. I'm telling them my don't like her. Yeah? She too greedy, man. And I'm saying, Antoinette, make she go on. Cause this divorce for me are the greatest gift me can get in a life. Can we bring in him real woman? Yeah, man. So we get a little 3,000 and send her on our way. Yeah, but I'm entitled and I'm greedy. Sometimes come. Yeah, it is what it is. But when you're self-employed, the court is not going to be just like limited to what you say is your income, right? And in reality, your expenses, your whole lifestyle, it's taken into account. Yeah. So personally, like, I'm subpoenaing everything because I want to see how you live. Yeah, because someone me know on a hype. I'm glad when I get in a new girl. Of course. I'm hope it's a up girl you get. Because you have to spend your money. Yes. So me can say on a living a life. Yeah, we want the court to impute income to you. Yeah. So I will not say enough a million new girl. Why not? Yeah, but you have to mind your people too. All right. Just tuning in, welcome. And you are listening to Legally Speaking with attorney Antoinette Osbourne. If you have a question, you can call in. You can pose a question in the live. And the telephone number is 718-502-9137. So Steffi says, good morning, family. Happy Resurrection Sunday. Morning, Steffi. Yeah, so no. I have no idea what to tell people sometimes. I think people are unrealistic. I have had some adversaries where the entitlement amazes me. I don't know them life that, well, I think them call it now, me hear the young people, them I call it, them want a soft life. Me don't know them life there. Me's a girl, me know for work and feed myself. Yeah? So my father grew me. Me eat by the sweat of my brow. Yeah? But me not lie, I have some friend. You can't chat to them girl if you don't have your money. Yeah, I saw them stay. Them never see you. Oh, you speaking? Nope. That's just some people. Tell me, me not know them life there. But some people like a soft life. You better have your money. Yeah, as you're not even going to get a conversation. I never tell you. But it is what it is. Yeah. So, for those of you in your child support proceedings and you are self-employed, I'll never forget it. Anybody who was very familiar during COVID time, restaurants were making a killing. And that's just the reality. And I was in child support court, right? The man come and he was giving her for years $60-something. And the child was growing, the child, because of a certain condition he had, them need special food and stuff like that. And I'll tell you this, when uno baby mother or an ex-wife, whatever role she played, and she now has the child, and them come to uno and them say, just give me a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Them not ask so much. I go on, I make the people them, the boy them in the barber shop hype you up. Yeah? And I go to a little village liar them and them a boost, Yeah? And I know give the woman them a little bit more money. When I talk about the greedy people then, when I talk about realistically, we are now in times where everything is so expensive, right? Not cheap again. And I think one of my clients them used to get $300 a month. Yeah, $300 a month. Them used to pop off and gear. And she humble and she take it. And she a real hot girl. Yeah? I probably should kind of have like a feeling scene because when we see my yeah man, I face you. Boy nice. And she said to him, we can't do this. She said to him, say, I think she was asking, probably just like, give me like a little $100 more, whatever. Boy, go on, hype. Big man. Oh, me know it. When you work, when me go family court and get child support, generally, una get $600 to $700 every 2 weeks. And you get $300 a month. And she just ask her a little extra. No, man, you gotta feel a land part today. Yeah. I think that 300 must have moved to 1,200 a month. I've had clients come in and Antoinette, I can't take this child support order. It is killing me. When the man them come in like that, I say, all right, come back with your tax return and your pay stub. Yeah. Because before we run up in a courthouse, you need to see what you're facing. And I'll tell anyone this. I like my clients to really be prepared. Yeah? And you come back with your pay stubs and your tax return. So have a seat. Yeah. How you feel today? Everything's good? Yeah? Nice, lovely, excellent. And I have to tell you this, if I file this application, You're in fact going to be paying double. Hey! Yeah, man. All right, Antoinette, I guess the order is not as, yeah. Go home, figure out your life and figure out your expense. Probably I forgot drop your side girl and probably really stay home and show your wife some attention. Really, sir? Stay calm. You have to understand, especially self-employed people, all the payments get taken into account. And it is just to me so unrealistic that people are in fact looking to reduce certain orders. Some people go back into court. And I remember I had this client and he's like, Antoinette, take me back in for modification. I'm like, I'm not taking it back in. And I really don't think you should make this application. No, this not fair and that. Going to court. Then add on must $300-400 upon the order. Sometimes you must listen. Yeah? All right. So court is not going to be confined to the income you state when you're self-employed. People who are W-2 wage earners, you are in a better position. Yeah. So, your life on the books, nothing hidden. Yeah. Some people used to drive taxi on the side, but what is killing a lot of people now is they're going on the books and they're going because Uber not playing with you. Yeah. And Lyft is not playing with you. Them have to report. And in that reporting, yeah, it's very much documented what your income is. So nobody cares how, unless you have legitimate receipts, because your tax man will help you. So you can reduce your income. So the net income is less for the IRS and New York State. Doesn't work like that in child support. And if it is you're a business person and your expenses provide you with a personal benefit, for example, you have one phone and you use both the phone for business and personal. Guess how the phone bill not get deducted? Hey, a benefit. Yeah, rough, not true. All right. Okay, let me see how much more time we have. 15 more minutes. And then that's it. We are releasing you on this beautiful Easter Sunday. Not true? I hope everybody buy them bun and cheese. What are we? What are we ever go? The supermarket and say a bun for $15. No, sir. A beer corner turn me in. $15 for one little bun? That makes sense? All right. I'm gonna end off this morning. And the reason I have to just really draw a deep breath, because we don't know. My client say, Antoinette, every day she in the house, she cuss you. You can probably sometimes, me sit down and my ears are ring. I mean, I know why. These are the reasons why. Every day she in the house, she cuss you. Yeah, man. And it just amazes me where you are bound by a court order and you refuse to comply with its terms. But you see, she don't know which judge we are deal with. I mean, know this man serious. Yeah, man. Me personally, when me I go before him, me make sure my things in order. This a man where, cause some of them will, get chance over and over and you not give no chance. When him say, lock the door by 5 o'clock. And you know lock the door by 5 o'clock? We had a case with a man here where my client had his house prior to the marriage. So of course, in the divorce proceedings, he's walking away with his house. Girl living at the house, she don't want to work, she don't want help pay her bill, she don't want to do nothing. And the order was that when you get your money, you had 45 days to vacate. And it was COVID time. And I said to myself, I'm not going to go in housing court with this girl. That time I never even knew say how serious this man I was going before, because I've never appeared before him. So I'm not go in a housing court with this. Because this don't make no sense. Yeah? Everybody have a little stupid hardship affidavit. Yeah? And then them apply for ERAP. But ERAP would not have applied to her. She's a ex-spouse. And we're not going to civil court. I go straight back before your matrimonial judge. Yes, you girl. I'm going to show you how this girl thinks she's dangerous. When we went, the judge said I made an order. You had 45 days to leave. And I think he took his own time too in bringing the action. And I never represented him in the divorce proceedings. But he came to me post-judgment. And he said, I gave you 45 days. It's now 1.5 years and you're still here? He said, I'm going to give you time to put in your opposition papers. Now, she have our village lawyer, a guide her. I tell you, someone is dangerous. And this is where she said she can't come on camera, she don't know for operator she call in. But you know the can, yeah? Called Island Girl. I mean, I listen good, I know somebody in their booth, sir, right? Can I hear it, I feel it. And she said, all right, she can put in her opposition papers and give her time. When she put it, you want to hear the opposition? This is the opposition. You as a judge divorced me, but God has put us together. And I'm not leaving my husband. Your power is here on earth. Poor God, I weep in Canberra. Someone is, oh my God, it's a courtesy even take up the phone when someone call and pray. But my God will keep me in this house forever. I said, He said, Antoinette, me not tell you there's something wrong with this girl. She not me not tell you that she not right. Go back to court. We couldn't even. What am I replying to? This is the dumbest thing I've heard. He said, I've reviewed the papers. He said, you're leaving. Where shall I go on? No, I'm not leaving. Your power is here on earth. But my God will keep me. Me just hear the judge said. Let's say in secretary name Shireen. Shireen, I need you to call the sheriff's office. And I need you to let them know I'm sending over a court order for them to pass by and give them an address. And I want them to pass by at like 5 o'clock. If she's still in that house, she must be arrested because she's violated my court order. Hey! Me say when she hear this, me don't know if the message come right down from God right away. Sheriff? Yes, girl, you go to jail. This is what violating a court order entails. You are so going to jail. So me and my client sit down there now. And me I try to hold it, you know. Because you don't know how me I deal with this lady and she drive me nuts. Yeah, girl, you go to jail. It's called violating a court order. And he's the only judge I have seen not player. And why is it I am back? And now I have to watch my cases. Anytime I see this man's name, me know say the next person on the other side who is going to be my adversary. Can me always get some crosses, girl? Yeah? When me appear before this man and I'm going back on a similar application. But the difference is, no, me know you lady and me know say you're not right. Yeah, man. One of the weirdest things to me, I understand bringing your family for support. Yeah. When you are in court, you really want that family support to guide you. When your family in a courthouse with you and them a boost you in nonsense. And I said to my client, I don't know how. I have a low tolerance level for nonsense. Yeah? That's why my circle really small. We can't take the foolishness. And I said, sometimes when I for women, as women, we have to give it to some of these men because they exercise such patience with you. You get a crosses girl like me, now that a problem for you. And the way how she behave in court, me know say when him reach home, him say, Antoinette, I can't breathe in the. You say I need to come out. Yeah. I'm in a court. All the mama in a court too, you know. I mean, I walk past the mama. The blood of Jesus is against you. No, girl. The blood of Jesus is always with me. Are you mad? Get a crazy. Hey! I have been through some things. When they now fly go to Jamaica, every time before court, go carry me name, go over your man. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah. And when the judgment come out, me say, they must never did pay the Obia man this time. Yeah. And this is something that me have to give you a joke. Me know time around, but me have to give you this. I mean, used to live in Jamaica and I practice, everyday practice, right? One day, my adversary sent over some papers. And the papers filled with oil. Poor me don't know about them in life here. Poor me. Parents are poor people from country, right? I don't know about them life here. And I was talking to this guy at the time. And I said, I can't understand how some people so clumsy. She sent over the papers and a pure oil on it. Hey, Father Jesus. And him start laugh. And him say, Antoinette. Yeah, I had the papers on me. Me sure him. I say, look on this. Him say, no, me not touch it. I say, what? He say, Antoinette, he say, what beer? Them are what? A lie. We can't do this. Yeah, man. And him did know our people, and him send our message. Don't you ever try that again. Yeah. What may I tell you? This is a job, yeah. We need another work. Yeah, man. Then come at the door And my client he's so tired of them. And they stand up at the door. We now with private, me and my client. And they stand at the door. And they stand up and then just watch me. What me for do? What me for run? Me for cry? This is just a job. This is not my job. Is this my life? This is a simple job. Yeah, and I make it look too bad. Yeah, but for those of you who are bound by your court orders, you don't want to follow it. I'm tired of like getting cases where you're now officially divorced. An order has been made for you to do certain things, and you refuse to comply. So you're back in court again. Yeah? It makes no sense to me. And each time the court order is going to be enforced. I've never had a case where a client comes to me and you are not complying and the judge does not enforce the court order. It makes no sense. But you see, all you are going upon me, this is the right judge. Yeah. Mine will not do it on itself. It don't make sense. Yeah? You hear how me wicked him say every day your name call and she carry your name and she disgrace your workplace. Yes, I know now. If me see anybody coming to my office from that the workplace, me not know if me I take the case. Cause you and that crosses girl might be friend. Yeah. Not something not that press. Yeah. I protect myself. Me tired of it. Yeah. Anyway, look. Makes no sense where your order is specific. And for those of you who you're in your divorce and you are doing your stipulations, if you want certain property, especially if you're divorcing under the section that you are doing the no fault divorce, because it says that you have already, usually you say you divide up your property other than the specific division you're putting in your agreements. I had a client, we were settling the case on the record, and he said to me, Antoinette, just say you have any more questions? Him say yes. Him say, I want to just verify that I can take certain things. So I said, what things? So she looked just at me and I said, what things you want to take? And him list it out. And she said, okay, let's do this because we know she's there. So let's be specific on the record. Everything that you want to take out of that house, let's put it on the record, right? So you have something in writing because you're a war boat. Yeah. I know, I always get them money where the woman, they are such war boats. Me can't find them man, they so nice. No, sir. When I meet them man, I'm like, them nice, Oh, God. And he called the office. Because the same thing when I asked the judge for, he not taking things, she go on. And he was like, he wants to call the police. And I said to my assistant, do not let him call the police. Because I personally find when black men in America call police, sometime you're the victim with these crazy women. But the woman them smart. So by the time the police come, them in a whole heap of tears, they make you look like the villain. So oftentimes you get arrested. And I said to my assistant, make sure you tell him, don't call the police. Man go call the police. So said, so done. All I'm do I try to take the little, what you call it now, chandelier that the court order specifically says he's supposed to take. He took the chandelier and all of a sudden them call him, come down a station. I'm going to call you down a station, more likely than not, you're going to get arrested. And call him down, then realize this was a situation with it, and them let him out. This is a foolishness that you have to go through in a divorce proceedings. And oftentimes when I see that my clients are dealing with certain devils, yeah man, I ask them, except in the situation where them have a house, because I don't think if there's a house to be divided and it's marital property, don't leave. You stay in there, you continue paying your bills, right? Because when you stop paying, your other spouse who has taken on the burden of paying your share, of course, they're going to get a credit at closing because they were paying down the principal. So they get that principal pay down. Yeah. But if it is that you don't own a home together, or some people would like to stay because as they leave, child support kicks in. Because a child is no longer benefiting from you being in that house and from your income. But for me personally, my mother always said you must learn to live with the devil. But that's a tough job. Yeah? And sometimes peace of mind is priceless. And you need to get out to save your own sanity. It's like some people just specifically come to rob your peace. Me personally, my peace is more important than material things. I will walk away. I don't. But it amazes me in these divorce proceedings, the sufferation, the headache that you have to endure. And if you have a spouse, when I see them going on like that in court, I can't even imagine when you reach home how you are suffering. Yeah, man. And I'll never forget my client where finally divorced. And he came to my office and he said, Antoinette, and before he could say anything else, it was just tears. And for years, he's been suffering. Get him locked up, get him arrested, get him put out of his own home that he had before her, get him arrested another time, but this time they put him in the basement. So from then on, he's been living in the basement. And he never filed a divorce. So he came to me when he was finally able now, and he's ready to file. Because when he came to me, he didn't have all the funds. And he comes back because no, he's ready. He's put his money together. And she tried another time with the order protection. The judge said, why are you, this is his space. He's been placed in the basement. Because the judge is aware how he ended up in the basement. Because you and your allegations put him in the basement. But because he filed for a divorce, you want to turn war boat again, and you think you're going to put him out of the house. Judge said, no, he's staying right there. And you know what? This order protection case don't have no merit. Yeah. So you know it'll get serious. So now trying to claim an interest in a house where for all these years you are staying on the main floor. It's his house. He's in the basement and he's paying all the bills. and you're living for free and you want an interest in what? Go take an interest in a book and go better yourself in a life. Yeah, you have to leave. Let me tell you entitled people. Who raised you? You never raise sit here got eat by the sweat of your brow. That me know my father teach me. This is where encouragement to stay in your homes and raise your daughters. Because it makes no sense. The entitlement. Yeah? All right. Hi, Karen. Karen is on the live. Yeah, Karen says she's going for peace of mind. It's priceless. People fight. I find people fight over nonsense. And last story me I give you, and then me gone for real. I had a client where, oh Lord, and it's so sad. With the last story me just give, me tell the woman, say, look here. My client just want you to leave the house. Of course, the man have him house before him even know you. If you leave the house, him not are you. Come remember, you know, prior to this, remember him make a stand for foundation. And you have your good job. And things are turned the other way for him now. So, him put you on a foundation, because girl, you know, say one leg you walk on in America before he meet you. You never have the paperwork to do certain things. So you get iron out. Yeah? Because I'm going to bless you in America now, so you get blessed. Let's get real. So from him bless you, you step up. So now you have a pension, you have all them things here. I say, leave now. And I went to her attorney. And I said, let me tell you something. Right now, I don't want nothing. She walk away. That's all he's asking. Leave my house. He has no interest. Because oftentimes I find the men are more amenable. Them not care, them just want you out. Them don't want nothing you have. And I said, walk away. I'm not going after your 401k. I won't even ask on interest in your pension. I'm not care. I'm just want peace. Leave. A years now you have the man in a basement. I live like a dog. Him nice, good kitchen and for cooking. Yeah? Walk away now. Oh, she's claiming an interest. He has this great business. What business? He don't make no money. I said, if I tell you, I don't like nonsense. I said, if you let my client spend money and have me in this court for years with this nonsense, I'm going to eat her pension. Yeah. And at the end of the case, the man had a pension, and she had the pension. And everything he had was before the marriage. And you stay in these proceedings. When I'm offering you, take your pension, go just leave his house. That's all he's asking. I find the men are such that they will make you go on with, some of them will make you go on with the things. And of them little young fly-by-night man who make nowadays. Some of them not care, them just want peace. That's it. And had us in court for 2 or 3 years to get nothing. But for my client to be able to eat in your 401k and you pay, I don't know who advising someone who don't make sense. But then you're going here, him and the dirty liar girl, oh them wicked. All right. It is what it is. I find people are entitled. I find that sometimes you have to move, you have to be practical. Yeah? And I had this lady in a wheelchair. The woman used to, when things were good, she was great. The woman used to make 6 figures, and 6 figures back in those days was 6 figures. It's not like somebody come to you now and say they make 6 figures. That's nothing. Yeah? Depends on how high or low they are in the spectrum of the 6 figures, though. But 100K now, it's not 100K back in the day. But you see, and this is where you have to be very careful when you take people who have certain, I'll call it demons surrounding them. And when you pick up somebody who has an alcohol problem, I'll tell you this. Growing up, I only saw my father drinking 2 beers for my entire life. That's all I can account for. We are not a alcohol or a smoke family, right? Except one of my brother. But we're not those sort of people. And this is, unfortunately, they don't understand. When you have a substance abuse problem, that's one of the worst partners you can ever take in life. And that's why I say, when you meet somebody, you really need to date. You need to watch. Don't rush into anything. Watch them. Yeah? Because I've seen the travesty that alcohol can do. And this woman moved from where fully healthy, but the alcohol abuse, and she ended up in a wheelchair. And now it is, in her opinion, for him to support her. The incomes didn't allow it. She was a breadwinner. And even during the divorce proceedings, her income went down because she lost her job. She got really ill. But he just does not, maintenance is not just, you have to mind me. The person has to have the ability, and now we are guided by, in New York, a formula. And when you put in that formula, if there is not the money is there to sustain an award, they're not going to get it. And I said to this woman, all he wants is a divorce. He cannot afford to maintain you. I said, this is not a guy who is hiding. You've been with him for years. You know his income. There's no money there. And we went to court, and she took out all her medication. You taking out 20 pills. He doesn't have it. Zero award. Yeah? And it broke my heart because a few months after he got his divorce, no, he didn't get the divorce because she died before the judgment came. And I remember we had to send her a notification. And how I know she died? The mail came back. She's dead. Leave her alone. And I said, wow. This you are sick and you could have enjoyed your last days. You wanted to fight for nothing. It makes no sense. You have to prioritize your life. You have to see what's really important. Yeah? And especially if the craziest thing to me is that you're sick and you fight over nothing. Material stuff that means it doesn't mean anything. All right. Let me see something here. Somebody sent a text, but oh dear. Someone says if there is a child support in place since the child was in elementary school, the child is now in college where the fee is $7,000 per term. The father refuses to cover half the bill. Is there anything that can be done? He currently pays $150 a month. Wow. The child support is in place from elementary school. and you did not go and revise that order, you need to go to court and make an application. And this is why I'm telling you, when they come to you and they say, give me something extra, even if you don't want to give your decision at the same time and say, I'll get back to you, go and check with a lawyer and see if you ended up in court what you're really going to pay. Because right now, I'll bet you anything, if that order was when the child was in elementary school, that was years ago when your income was down. Now you're going to be brought back into court. Not only is the child support going to be increased, but you make sufficient income, you're going to be assisting with college. Don't be very wise in this. Move away from a village lawyer who, when an order is made against you, they're not giving you $1. That's just your reality. All right, so we are at the end of the show. Have a happy, wonderful Easter with these overpriced bun and these expensive cheese. Take care. Happy Sunday.